What's going on, y'all? It's Zed here, back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about balance, and is it actually the best school in PvP, in solo queue, in 1v1? I kind of want to have a little debate here, and honestly, balance doesn't really have a bad matchup right now, besides just stalling and jading. I really think that's not an actual counter match, in my personal opinion, and balance is currently been nerfed several times, and you have a lot of spells that have been nerfed back to back. For some reason it still comes on top. I have no idea. In my personal opinion, I have no idea how this is, things have been complained about. A lot of spells like mana burn, scales, you have also the Mockenspiel that used to be really good. Gaze of Fate, I remember Hydra used to be broken. You have Mana Burn, that was insane. Like, there were so many spells that right now Chameleon is actually one of the best spells that Balance has in this right now, in this patch. And this is why having Chameleon, being able to reset your pips to just spam this card and like doing almost 2,000 damage is actually part of the problem, and the main reason why a lot of schools can't contest with auras against a balance. It's actually insane. You have Samurai, Hidden Shield, you have also like an insane DPP spells for heals. Also, this spell is really slept on, Sabertooth. I've used it once, and I swear, I promise you, if I had more spells or if I had more deck space, I could have spammed this card, and they could have like lost, even if they were jading, because you would have reshuffles, and they would be constantly pressured by this spell. And by the way, if they have a lot of heals over times, this spell can give you so many pips. Like, you can do this and then do it again, and you are doing almost 2.5 damage. And imagine if you have like a bubble up, for example. Yeah, they're cooked. Brave is a really good spell, but currently it's not being packed because there's not a lot of deck space, and oh my god, like, god forbid, let's not talk about gambits. This spell has been really not slept on as well. Like, this spell is really OP, and people don't even pack it, right? But eventually I'm pretty sure when scales gets nerfed or something's gonna go bad, I promise you, these are the spells that people are gonna be packing eventually. But yeah, I think right now I believe that Death is one of the other schools that can actually like be really good, because if you are able to like respond to like traps and blades and heals while countering OTs and setting up a rain, that is insane. That is why I feel like Death is also right there with balance, and it's been like that since when the Drain was a meta. I remember that Jesus, that was just one of the craziest experiences I've ever went through, and it was like that for almost a year and a half, I believe, and they didn't want to nerf that. It was insane that how Wraith was just doing so much. And by the way, that school was untouchable. This was the only school that can actually keep up with those drains, and no other school can, like, come close. But it's insane how this is just like, balance has been talked about for years, and to this day I genuinely think that it is extremely good, because you have ways to like respond to blades now with Roz, and also Power Nova. You can respond to shield. Nobody can set up a gambit against you. Nobody. Even if you try to heal, like, you have spells like Rainbow Serpent, and they can't breathe. They can't. So I genuinely think that balance is a really fun school. I don't really think it's extremely broken. Fire can mess up their tempo a little bit with traps, because balance doesn't have a good trap echo. A lot of people don't know this, but they can also rebirth, which is something that is off school, obviously, that requires you to have 8 pips, but that's not always going to work out. So, but this school it gets frustrating. Even with fires, like, they struggle with this school. Like, it's not going to be easy to beat a balance, obviously, right? Even though fire is just one of those schools that can actually pressure balances like insanely. Like, they can't balances need to play very like defensively, because fires are just like, if they get a good hit, like, they will take it, right? So you would have to like race, for example, but obviously Chameleon is a horrible spell that can actually say, hey, no, you cannot trap me. You cannot negative trap me, right? And obviously right now it's a trap meta, and a lot of people don't know this, but it's actually it's a trap season. Like you literally aura, and that's all you do. It's aura trap. That's literally all you do. So if you try to like aura a balance, it's gonna get to a point where, you know, Chameleon can do so much value, and obviously it's just gonna be like, you know, a really, really bad move on your part. Let's not talk about Manders. They banned this. I'm not really sure. Manders are going to come back. These were extremely OP, by the way, guys. Like these Manders were used to just like, you know, they can set up an insane gambit for you if they were not PvP banned, and they can actually blade you as well as give you pips. My God. Yeah. So Manders were extremely OP. They nerfed that. They were like, nah, it's going out. You have elemental golems. You have for both spiritual and elemental schools. You know, healing is also part of the, you know, you can actually heal. Availing Hands, TC part is currently gone, right? But, you know, you can always pack the main deck one, right? You have so many gearhead swaps. That's also another problem. But, you know, it's kind of like it used to be like swap like a damage OT, and then I think, was it heal? I think swap heal for damage or something like that. So they kind of nerfed and they, you know, separated those kind of like, you know, utilities for two different paths. So that was kind of decent. Spectral, nobody packs as well, but I remember the TC Spectral used to be insane. When it hit storms, it did 690, I think, I believe. I'm not really sure how much that damage was, but that's 690 for 4 pips. That's literally 2k. That's a shot hit. So that was nerfed. You know, we talked about mana burn, obviously, and Hydra used to be a meta freaking card that people used to spam. This is all they did back in the day. Scales wasn't even a thing, you know. Scales was just in their pocket, and nobody was actually packing it. But this was the spell because it was echoing traps. By the way, the TC that did 265 per head was also like a thing, but people did never use that because you needed to shield echo the shields. But you know, it got to the point where people, that's all they were doing. It was Hydra, and it was such a boring strat where they took like years to fix that as well. King Artorias, obviously you cannot weakness a balance. Just it recently became a meta because I was obviously getting infection spammed by ices and deaths, and you know, I kind of thought that this was a really, really good obviously card, because why not? As well as Ra, that was actually the two cards that I started in the meta, and obviously it became a huge answer to myths that was just bleed stacking every round. And Blade Dye Illusion became something recently. I didn't even know about it, that you can actually do that Blade Dye Illusion while you Ra spam as well. So that was just insane. Chimera is it's a really broken card. I think you just pack one top path, which is the 310 per head. If you pack this, I think just pack one. It can like come in clutch, right? It's a situational card. It's probably a kill shot. You use it for mainly like kill shots, and when they're extremely low, this is actually a spell that they will never expect it. If you use this, it's doing almost 3,000 damage. If they have a bubble up, it's doing 3 point something. Not even a clickbait. I'm not even joking you. It's insane. Scion, obviously, you just aura spam. It's extremely dangerous to like ego discard. A lot of people do, and they're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna log off. So if you get a good Scion, if they like ego discard, yeah, you probably win right on the spot, which is insane, right? So don't ever ego discard, bro. Don't ever ego discard. This card is not, you know what I mean? I'll try to show a clip here of Cass, I believe, and see what can happen if you try to like if you try to ego discard.
Yeah, that's crazy.
45,
well,
right?
I just ego the Scion, bro.
Was it just a regular? I would say think of it this way. The 10% buff you have on strike and the crit.
All right, yeah. So that was a clip right there. That was so funny. He ego that Scion, and he was like, we're good. we're done. We're done. It's gone. All right. I'm pretty sure I talked about it a lot. I don't even think I mentioned the swap. I don't think I mentioned the negative auras shots. I don't think I mentioned the gins. Oh my god, bro. Yeah, it's insane. OT. You can actually OT. I don't know how good this card is, but imagine if you can OT and weave fire with Raging Bull. I don't even know that that's a thing. You can do that. There's so many things you can do. This spell is also like decent, I guess. I don't know. Maybe for Mets, this depends on deck space. If we get more deck space, guys, and I get unmuted, I promise you I will do a lot of things with balance. I need to weave every single school and see what kind of combos we can make, because there's so many potential of you know what I mean. Like it's just, you know, I'm really excited for Darkmoor as well, and we're going to be like, you know, getting turned up. I promise you. I'm so excited to see what I can do with balance. Also weaving all schools. So there's possibilities that I might also weave myth. You can weave every single school and actually have a strategy. I really want to see Storm. I want to see if I can actually literally play Storm as a balance. I want to just catch Galvanic, Strike, Owl. I want to see how that goes. Like, I want to do a lot of things, and I'm really excited. I hope you enjoy the video, and this is just going to be really, really exciting news. All right, peace.